Reflect on your current life and ask yourself what you have done in recent years to grow personally. What aspects of yourself would you like to change? Imagine how your life could be if you left behind all limitations and embraced a new version of yourself. Have you ever felt trapped in old habits and patterns that seem impossible to break? Have you ever longed for significant change but didn't know where to start? Picture yourself 6 months from now, having completely transformed your life by adopting new actions and a renewed mindset, allowing you to reach your full potential. In this video, we will explore 7 actions that can be the starting point for your personal transformation journey, based on the principles of Stoicism. This ancient philosophy has helped many people live more meaningful lives. You will learn practical strategies that you can start applying right away, a detailed plan of action for the next 6 months, and how to face and overcome the obstacles that may arise along the way. If you are tired of feeling stuck and overwhelmed by destructive habits, then stay with me. Prepare yourself for a true awakening and to discard what no longer serves you. Action 1. Increase self-control. A fundamental lesson from Stoicism is the power we have to choose how we interpret events around us. If you've watched some of the channel's videos, you might have encountered this inspiring idea before. So, why do we let other people or external situations dominate our emotions? Every day, we face challenges that test our ability to maintain serenity, whether it's a stressful work problem, a heated family argument, or unexpected issues at home. It's easy to get carried away by emotions and lose control. But what if we could regain that control? The action I propose is to practice emotional balance over the next 6 months. Let's take a closer look at how we react to various situations in life. To do this, it's essential to develop self-awareness. Start by recognizing your impulses, reactions, and judgments, and then learn to distance yourself from them to avoid letting your emotions dominate you. Imagine you're facing a personal crisis. Things seem to be falling apart, and the pressure is overwhelming. Instead of letting stress consume you and turning into a bundle of nerves, take a moment to see the situation clearly. The challenge is real and demands your best, but how you react is entirely your responsibility. Panicking, sinking into frustration, or blaming others won't solve the problem and may even make things worse. Stay calm, make a straightforward analysis, and face the problem with determination. These same actions apply to other areas of life. If someone in your family or social circle constantly tries to provoke you, recognize this dynamic. The person may be testing your patience or trying to destabilize you emotionally, but this will only succeed if you allow it. Remember, you have the power to choose how to respond to these challenging situations. Before reacting impulsively, practice pausing, observing the situation carefully, and consciously choosing your reaction. By developing the skill of maintaining emotional balance, you'll be better prepared to face life's challenges with calmness and serenity, cultivating inner peace that doesn't depend on external circumstances. Action 2. Turn complaints and laziness into action plans. Have you ever stopped to think about how many times during the day you catch yourself complaining about something? It could be the lack of time, the workload, or even the small tasks of everyday life that seem never-ending. These complaints are often a sign that something isn't right, but more importantly, they are a disguised opportunity to change the course of things. Turning these complaints into action plans can be a powerful strategy to overcome procrastination and gain control over your life. First, it's essential to recognize and document these complaints. Take a notebook and, for a week, write down what you complain about. Maybe you'll notice that you complain a lot about not having enough time for important projects, or about the difficulty in starting complex tasks. This simple exercise of recording can be revealing and help identify patterns. After identifying your main sources of frustration, it's time to reflect on the root of these complaints. Ask yourself, what is behind this complaint? If you complain about the lack of time, it may be that you are struggling with time management or an unorganized workload. If the complaint is about something beyond your control, like the lack of support from others, the focus should be on how you can adapt your perspective and find ways to deal with it more positively. With these reflections in mind, the next step is to turn the identified complaint into a specific and actionable goal. For example, if you complain about not being able to start an important project, turn that complaint into a concrete goal. Develop a detailed plan for the project within a week. Then break this goal down into smaller tasks, such as outlining the project structure or researching the necessary requirements. These smaller steps make the task less intimidating and easier to start. Don't forget to set realistic deadlines for each task. A deadline creates a sense of urgency and helps maintain focus. For example, if your goal is to finish the research for the project, set a specific deadline, like completing the research by Friday. This creates a clear structure and helps combat procrastination because you'll have a deadline to commit to. As you progress, it's crucial to regularly review and adjust your plans. At the end of each week, take a look at what was achieved and what still needs to be adjusted. If you didn't meet a deadline, reflect on the reason and make adjustments as necessary. This constant review not only helps maintain motivation, but also allows you to adapt your plans to make them more effective. Additionally, adopting a practice of gratitude and positivity can be extremely helpful. Whenever you feel the temptation to complain, pause and focus on what is working well. Think about the improvements you've already made and the positive aspects that may have gone unnoticed. This helps shift the focus from problems to solutions, encouraging a more proactive and positive mindset. Turning complaints into action plans is more than just a time management technique. It's a way to take control of your life and your choices. By doing this, you not only fight procrastination, but also strengthen yourself to face challenges and achieve your goals in a more efficient and rewarding way. Are you really willing to adopt these actions and apply them to your daily life? Leave your mark in the comments with the phrase, "I will start using these actions in my life." This small step can mark the beginning of significant changes in personal growth. Now, before we continue, I ask for your support. Subscribe to the channel and leave your like. It's free. Let's go. Action 3. Master the art of letting go of things and feelings. This action revolves around something fundamental, the ability to let go of something we consider essential. It could be something small, like your favorite dessert, or something more significant, like the time you spend on social media. The goal is to explore the power of self-control, one of the greatest freedoms we can achieve. Imagine giving up something that brings comfort or pleasure. At first glance, it may seem like we're giving up happiness, but in reality, we're training ourselves to face discomfort and resist the temptations that arise along the way. By expanding your comfort zone, you become more resilient in the face of life's adversities, strengthening your self-discipline and learning to say no to things that don't contribute to your personal growth. This action isn't just about depriving yourself of something for a few days. It's about changing your perspective. Let's think more broadly. It's not just about letting go of material things, but also dealing with harmful feelings, emotions, and habits. For example, consider the insecurity that often holds us back from advancing and achieving our goals. It can be like a weight on our shoulders, making it difficult to progress. Over the next 6 months, whenever you encounter insecurity or a harmful habit, imagine yourself letting go of that weight that's holding you back. Allow yourself to act with confidence and determination. This action isn't just about resisting a temptation, but about freeing yourself from something that is clearly hindering your progress and happiness. Sometimes we cling to negative feelings or destructive habits as if we were caught in an invisible web. Even though we know these aspects harm us, it's hard to leave them behind. However, by challenging ourselves to live without these ties, we discover our inner strength and our ability to overcome. Choose something specific that you'd like to let go of in the coming days. It could be a negative feeling like fear or self-criticism, a harmful action like procrastination or excessive social media consumption, or anything else that you feel is preventing you from being who you really want to be. Remember that your life and true happiness don't depend on these things you're leaving behind. True joy comes from conscious choices and the actions you take to build a more fulfilling life. Observe how you feel as you let go of what no longer serves you. This is the first step on a journey of significant personal development. Action 3. Master the art of letting go of things and feelings. This action revolves around something fundamental: the ability to let go of something we consider essential. It could be something small, like your favorite dessert, or something more significant, like the time you spend on social media. The goal is to explore the power of self-control, one of the greatest freedoms we can achieve. Imagine giving up something that brings comfort or pleasure. At first glance, it may seem like we're giving up happiness, but in reality, we're training ourselves to face discomfort and resist the temptations that arise along the way. By expanding your comfort zone, you become more resilient in the face of life's adversities, strengthening your self-discipline and learning to say no to things that don't contribute to your personal growth. This action isn't just about depriving yourself of something for a few days. It's about changing your perspective. Let's think more broadly. It's not just about letting go of material things, but also dealing with harmful feelings, emotions, and habits. For example, consider the insecurity that often holds us back from advancing and achieving our goals. It can be like a weight on our shoulders, making it difficult to progress. Over the next 6 months, whenever you encounter insecurity or a harmful habit, imagine yourself letting go of that weight that's holding you back. Allow yourself to act with confidence and determination. This action isn't just about resisting a temptation, but about freeing yourself from something that is clearly hindering your progress and happiness. Sometimes we cling to negative feelings or destructive habits as if we were caught in an invisible web. Even though we know these aspects harm us, it's hard to leave them behind. However, by challenging ourselves to live without these ties, we discover our inner strength and our ability to overcome. Choose something specific that you'd like to let go of in the coming days. It could be a negative feeling like fear or self-criticism, a harmful action like procrastination or excessive social media consumption, or anything else that you feel is preventing you from being who you really want to be. Remember that your life and true happiness don't depend on these things you're leaving behind. True joy comes from conscious choices and the actions you take to build a more fulfilling life. Observe how you feel as you let go of what no longer serves you. This is the first step on a journey of significant personal development. Action 4. Remove negative thoughts from your mind. Imagine that your thoughts are like the walls of your house. If every day when you woke up, you painted the walls dark, how would you feel when you returned home? The environment would become gloomy and uncomfortable. The same happens with our negative thoughts. When they accumulate, they end up making our minds a less welcoming place and a heavier one. These thoughts not only drain your mental energy, but also affect your attitude towards life. They create a cycle of frustration, self-criticism, and low self-esteem, leaving you feeling exhausted and unmotivated. The proposal is to interrupt this cycle of mental self-sabotage. Just as you wouldn't allow trash in your car, you shouldn't let toxic thoughts occupy space in your mind. It's curious how we often value material objects more than our mental health, but this can change. We can learn to value our minds and the impact they have on our lives. We need to confront these negative thoughts before they turn into mental monsters. For example, in relationships, when challenges arise, it's common to think, "He doesn't care about me anymore," or "She doesn't value my efforts." However, these thoughts are often distortions of reality and can lead to unnecessary misunderstandings and suffering. The truth is, you can interrupt this cycle by training yourself to adopt a more constructive perspective. Start by replacing negative thoughts with more positive alternatives. For example, instead of thinking, "I'm not good at this task," try saying, "I'm learning and improving every day." It's a small change that has a big impact. By adopting more positive language and focusing on solutions, you reduce the burden of negative thoughts and open up space for greater confidence and self-esteem. One technique that can be very effective in combating negative thoughts is mental inversion. Whenever a negative thought arises, turn it upside down and look for a positive aspect of the situation. For example, if you think, "I can't handle this challenge," counter with, "I'm capable," and I'll do my best. This attitude not only transforms your perspective, but also reinforces your resilience. For the next 6 months, set a daily commitment to observe and eliminate negative thoughts. Start by taking notes about the situations that trigger these thoughts. Is it work? Relationships? Personal insecurities? Identify these triggers and recognize them for what they are, temporary events and not definitive truths. Then, consciously replace negative thoughts with more positive ones. Imagine that you're an artist and your mind is a blank canvas. You have the power to decide which colors to paint your mind with. This may take time, but with practice, you'll become more skilled at controlling your thoughts and creating a brighter, more optimistic mental landscape. In addition, practice gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful tool to neutralize negative thoughts. Whenever you're tempted to complain about something, take a moment to reflect on the positive aspects of your life. What are you grateful for? It could be something simple, like having a roof over your head or a friend you can count on. Gratitude doesn't just focus your mind on what matters. It also shifts the focus from lack to abundance, from frustration to fulfillment. Action 5. Embrace constant learning. Growth is a lifelong journey. When you think you've learned everything, you've stagnated. This action is about recognizing that every day is an opportunity to learn something new and apply that knowledge to improve your life. Think of learning not only as acquiring information, but also as a transformative process. How many times have you heard the phrase, "Knowledge is power"? However, knowledge alone is not enough. The key is how you apply that knowledge in practice. The idea is to take advantage of every opportunity to learn something new, whether it's reading a book, taking an online course, or simply listening to the experiences of those around you. Keep your mind open to new ideas and be willing to question old beliefs. Many times, we are trapped in mental patterns that no longer serve us, but we resist change out of fear or discomfort. By embracing constant learning, you give yourself permission to change, grow, and evolve. One of the pillars of Stoicism is recognizing what is within your control and what is not. Constant learning helps you expand your understanding of the world and yourself, allowing you to identify areas where you can take action and make meaningful changes. Over the next 6 months, make a commitment to invest time in your personal development. You can start with simple actions, such as reading for 20 minutes a day or taking a course on a subject that interests you. The goal is to create a habit of continuous learning that becomes an integral part of your daily routine. As you progress on this journey, you'll notice that constant learning not only expands your knowledge, but also strengthens your resilience and adaptability. You'll be better equipped to face life's challenges and take advantage of the opportunities that arise along the way. Remember that the greatest transformations begin with small steps, and each new skill or piece of knowledge you acquire is a building block for your personal growth. Action 6. Develop a daily reflection routine. Reflection is the art of looking inward and evaluating your actions, thoughts, and feelings. In our busy lives, we often overlook the importance of taking time to reflect on our journey. However, reflection is essential for personal growth. It's through reflection that you can identify areas for improvement, recognize achievements, and set new goals. One of the most effective ways to practice reflection is to develop a daily routine. This routine doesn't need to be complex or time-consuming. It can be as simple as taking 5 minutes before bed to think about your day. What went well? What could have been done differently? What did you learn from the day's experiences? This simple practice can have a profound impact on your life, helping you become more aware of your actions and their consequences. To make the most of your reflection routine, it's helpful to keep a journal. Writing down your thoughts and insights allows you to track your progress and identify patterns over time. It also provides a space for self-expression and creative thinking. Your journal can be a source of inspiration and motivation as you reflect on your journey and celebrate your achievements. Over the next 6 months, commit to making daily reflection a non-negotiable part of your routine. Start by setting aside a specific time each day for reflection, whether it's in the morning, during a lunch break, or before bed. The key is consistency. By making reflection a habit, you'll create a foundation for continuous personal growth. As you progress, you'll find that reflection not only helps you understand yourself better, but also empowers you to make more informed decisions. You'll become more attuned to your values, priorities, and goals, allowing you to navigate life's challenges with greater clarity and confidence. Action 7. Cultivate inner peace. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, it's easy to lose sight of what's truly important. We often find ourselves caught up in the pursuit of external success, material possessions, and social validation. However, true fulfillment comes from within, from a sense of inner peace and contentment that transcends external circumstances. Cultivating inner peace is about learning to be present in the moment, to appreciate the beauty of simplicity, and to find joy in the small things. It's about letting go of the need for constant stimulation and finding solace in stillness. One of the most effective ways to cultivate inner peace is through mindfulness practices such as meditation, deep breathing, or simply spending time in nature. These practices help quiet the mind, reduce stress, and bring a sense of calm to your daily life. Over the next 6 months, commit to cultivating inner peace by incorporating mindfulness practices into your routine. Start with just a few minutes a day, whether it's sitting quietly in meditation, taking a mindful walk, or simply pausing to take a few deep breaths. The goal is to create a sense of balance and harmony in your life, allowing you to navigate challenges with greater ease and resilience. As you cultivate inner peace, you'll find that your perspective on life begins to shift. You'll become less reactive to external events, more compassionate towards yourself and others, and more attuned to the present moment. This inner peace will serve as a foundation for your personal growth, empowering you to live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Conclusion. As we conclude this journey of personal transformation, remember that the path to growth is not a straight line. It's a series of steps, each building on the last. The actions we've discussed are not quick fixes, but rather long-term strategies for creating lasting change. By increasing self-control, turning complaints into action plans, mastering the art of letting go, removing negative thoughts, embracing constant learning, developing a reflection routine, and cultivating inner peace, you'll be well on your way to becoming the best version of yourself. These actions are not only rooted in the wisdom of Stoicism, but are also practical and accessible for anyone willing to put in the effort. Take the first step today. Choose one action to focus on and commit to it for the next 6 months. As you progress, you'll discover that each action reinforces the others, creating a powerful synergy that propels you forward on your journey. Remember that personal growth is a lifelong journey, and each day is an opportunity to learn, grow, and evolve. Stay committed, stay curious, and most importantly, stay true to yourself. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Let's continue to grow together.